Happy Monday. This week is a fun challenge. This week, I want to challenge you to be a rebel. Now, for those of you that know me, you're laughing right now because I am a rule follower. So, kind of opposite of what you might think of as a rebel. However, over the last year, I have really challenged a lot of the standard rules that I've created for myself. And I'm not talking about rules that keep us safe or the law. I'm talking about rules or boundaries that you've set or that I have set for myself, those unspoken ones that really hold us back, that really our ego or our fear tells us to don't do that. That wouldn't be safe. Or don't do that because that's scary. You don't know what would happen. So for example, I'll give you a couple of my long-held rule following beliefs. One, you need to have a corporate job. You need to have a safe job with good benefits and all of those. That's a rule that I have followed from the first day out of college. Like I turned down a job opportunity because it didn't have full benefits, and I was not going to do it because that was not a rule. That was a boundary I'd set. Well, and that's fine, and that might be appropriate. But over the last year, I challenged that, and I have grown beyond anything I could have ever imagined in creating my own project management consulting business. That's something I never, ever would have considered even 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. But as soon as we start challenging, first getting curious about what are some of those boundaries, unspoken boundaries, those rules that we have determined that we're going to follow. But the question is, at this point in our life, are they adding value or are they holding us back? That's the question I want you to ask yourself this week. And if they're holding you back, I want you to break the rule. I want you to be a rebel and get rid of that boundary. So, another example, I can't run a marathon. That's just, I would never do that. Anytime you find yourself saying I can't or I never, this is a boundary that you have placed for yourself. This is a rule that you have created that isn't necessary. So challenge it. Challenge that idea that you are never or you can't. Challenge it. Identify of those, just because in the last year, anytime I've heard myself say I can't or I never, I have been like, well, now I'm going to. So that has been a journey that I've been on this year, is to really kind of break through some of those fears. So I'm learning scuba diving as an example, because my fear was like, oh, I can't do that. That's too scary. Nope, I'm doing it. I'm learning it. I'm going to get certified. So that's just an example of what is that unspoken boundary or fear or rule that you have set. And as you think about setting goals for next year, maybe you can start by just doing that inventory of, here are all the rules that I have put in place that might no longer be applicable, that might be holding me back. Start challenging those rules that you have created for yourself and be a rebel. So that's your challenge this week. Good luck. I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself in the process. And you know what? If you're scared as you're doing something, just take stock of that. And it's okay to say, well, maybe not right now, but just start thinking about it. Or maybe it's like, nope, that fear is not real. I'm going to push forward past it. And now I'm going to learn a little bit more about myself. So that's the goal here, is just learn about yourself and learn and grow through some of these challenges and fears that we have really built our life around. Break through those boundaries. Be a rebel this week. Start doing that inventory. Good luck.